Alright gang, welcome back to our vintage survival here on Szpakowo. Evidently, there's a tornado in the forecast today. I also just got a blip up there saying there's no more room for the eggs to spawn, so we need to definitely get rid of some of these eggs out of the way, or move some of these eggs out of the way, so that way we can get some more to spawn, hopefully. And other than that, we are going to do a little bit of plowing potentially today. That's really it, man. There's not really a whole lot for us to do today, so we will see what else we can get into. We'll probably buy a field or two potentially today, which maybe we'll have some stuff to do once we buy those fields. Who knows? But nonetheless, we do not have a ton going on in today's episode, so we will see. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Things are good here, man. As good as they can be. Alright, there should be space now for the eggs to continue to produce. Speaking of that, we probably need to do a little bit of maintenance type of stuff today as well. We need to check on, making sure that the chickens have enough food. Do we need to buy some food for them or not? Also, just some other maintenance type of stuff. We need to mow the grass. We talked about that in the last episode. I did not mow it, but we do need to mow that grass. We've got cheese spawning over here, which is fantastic for us. And, yeah, we'll see what else we can find to do today. We'll probably figure out wherever the tornado is. I don't see any tornado near us yet. Hopefully it doesn't hit us, but you never know. I do not see... Oh, there it is. It is very, very close to our fields. Oh, it's right by the shop. Oh. Well, we should go visit Ben here. That tornado is literally right here. We are inside the tornado right now. Holy moly. I do not know how our seeds are still there. I don't know how these postcards are still here. I don't know how the flags are still just waving like normal, but literally the tornado is right on top of us. Holy smokes. Okay, well, yeah, there you go. We found the tornado. It's not near us, but it may end up hitting this field right here, potentially. Depends on which way it goes. I don't know if it's going to come this way or it's going to continue to go this way. If it goes this way, it could have a potential to hit a lot of our fields. So hopefully not, but there's a high potential for that one. So, let's see. What's in the used market? Anything? Nothing in the used market for us. So, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So, as far as fields go, we need to plow up. Well, these have been harvested. We do not own these, but I think I'm going to buy these. Let's go visit them really quick. I think I'm going to buy these, and we're going to plow them up. Just because I think they would be good purchases for us. Eventually, we could combine it with this field if we want to, which is ours. Obviously, it's growing. Won't be able to do it now, but, for a future situation, we could. Having full transparency that I have told you all that, there's not going to be a ton of episodes left to this series, sadly. But it is time to move on. Let's head on over here. I'm going to buy both of those fields. They're not too expensive. We've got $233,000 to our name, which is fantastic. And I said one of my main goals I wanted to do was try to buy most of the fields in this row, and that's pretty much going to do it besides these down here. So, yeah, let's get those fields. We'll get them plowed up, combine them, because we're on a big combining streak right now. We'll get those combined, and then, yeah, we'll see what else we can get into today. Mowing the grass, obviously, as I mentioned, that will happen. But other than that, there's not much for us to do, so it might be a light day today. We shall see. Now, at the time of this recording, I think, as long as I got my days right, I believe the very final episode of the Luxury Tax Challenge will be coming out tomorrow, I think, if I got my days right. Don't hold me to it in case I didn't, but if I did, I believe it will be coming out tomorrow. So make sure you check that out. This series probably has another, counting this one, 10-ish episodes or so, maybe 12. At least one more harvest and probably a few of the months there in the winter as well, potentially. And then we will be moving on to something else. Now, I've kind of made my decision up on what I'm going to do as far as what's going to replace this. It will be another form of a survival type of series, I think. I'm not positive if it will be a survival challenge or just a survival series like this one is. I'm still kind of working out those finalized kinks on that, but we will figure that out as we move along. I think you will enjoy it, hopefully. I'm not sure how long. It definitely will not be as long as this one will. Well, I shouldn't say that, because when I started working on this series and we started doing it, I was like, oh, this series might be 30, 40 episodes. We're 60-plus episodes in on this series already, which is awesome, but also it's a little crazy that we are that far along here. And I apologize, my controller is still... it's got a little bit of a stick drift on the camera, on the right stick, and I've been waiting to get another controller. I was wanting to wait until I got paid again. Just trying to budget properly, right? Since I've mentioned this, I don't know if I mentioned it on this series or not, but I know I've mentioned it on the Luxury Tax series. I know I mentioned it a couple times, I'm sure. But right now, we are, I say we, my wife and I are on one income, and I'm not looking for sympathy or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to be honest with you. I'm trying to be smart. We're trying to budget a little bit because she is a part of that furloughed for all the employees that work for the government. She works for the Air Force and is furloughed. So she supposedly, whenever they finally do get an agreement and go back to work, she should get all of her money on like backfill, which will be nice. But right now, and for the last almost 2 months now, she has not been getting paid. So, we just got to be a little bit smarter about what we're spending money on. And while I would love to, I just drove right across that field. I'm surprised I didn't kill any of that crop there. While I'm certainly not in a situation where I think we're like in trouble. I mean, we've got an okay amount of savings, so we can take out of that. We're going to have to start dipping into that this month, which sucks. But we'll get it back in there whenever she finally does get paid. Whenever they finally do get some kind of agreement. So anyway, I'm trying my best to not spend money until my next check is what I'm trying to say, I guess. That was long-winded for me to tell you that I'm waiting until my next check, because then hopefully I might have a little bit of extra money that I can spend to buy a controller. Hopefully. I have a gift card, but it's not enough to buy it. It's like $20 or something, I think. I think it's to Best Buy, and like I've had it for years and years and years, so I'll probably go to Best Buy and get one. Anyway. Enough about that. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. As mentioned, things are as good as they can be, all things considered. That tornado is still over there in the distance. I still see very small remnants of it kind of spinning up over there. You can kind of see it. Not perfectly, but you can kind of see it over there still. Still hasn't really seemed like it's moved from the shop at all. And evidently, I was looking away there. I don't know for sure if this has been plowed up or not, so we're just going to plow it up again. It didn't really look to me like it really was plowed up very well, so we're going to do it again. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to plow up this whole field. We're going to plow up the field next to it. We're also going to remove this grass section here in the middle so we can combine both of these fields and make it quite a larger sized field. Oops, sorry gang, hit the microphone there. Since I drove across it last time and there was no issue, I'm just going to drive across that field again right now. There's no reason not to. It's letting me do it, so I might as well go ahead and do it. Now, one thing I didn't realize, I mean, I should have. I saw it on the map, but I don't know what I was thinking it was. I didn't realize there was 2 trees in the middle of this field. We kind of got rid of our sawmill already, and I don't think I'm going to be putting it back in. So I think we're just going to have to play around that. It does mean that workers probably will run into some issues. They always seem to run into issues whenever there's trees or something in the way in the middle, but hopefully we'll be able to get past it. Other thing I would like to potentially do today, Not that we specifically have to do it today because we won't be doing anything with it, but I would like to potentially buy some of the equipment that I talked about we were going to do when we put down our grapevines, right? I said we were going to put down some grapevines there on our little track we made from our yard over to this side. A little bit of an easier area for us to get across, right? I guess we could put the grapevines down. I don't think it's really going to harm anything. We're not going to do anything with them right now. They're not in, in a growing stage or anything. Although, when I go in there, they probably won't let me do it because of the crop calendar, right? They probably won't let me do it. But here in 2 months, March, we'll be able to put it down. So, we're not that far away. Excuse me, my voice just lost my voice there for a minute. Still looks like the tornado's in the same exact spot. I would have thought it would have moved by now, but it has not. Let's see, what else can we talk about today? Might buy another field too. We might kind of expand elsewhere. Lately all we've been doing is expanding right here in this region. We might do maybe a bit of a larger field. We have a couple large fields that we've, force made ourselves, right, by combining fields and things. Like this one here to the right's relatively large, and then those down there obviously are pretty large. But we might buy a large field too today. We will see. Price-wise and everything else obviously has to line up. Ideally, since we bought these two that really had no crop in them at all, I would love to be able to purchase one that has a crop in it, one that we can harvest, whether that's corn, sunflowers, or your traditional crops that we always do, your cereal type of crops, right? I don't think I have anything else to talk about, so let's get this field done, and then we'll see where we're at after that, and see what else we can find to get into today. All right, we got all that field all plowed up and combined together, so we're looking good there. We are going to continue with our progress here of what we said we were going to do today, which is start mowing the grass over here in the distance, so we're going to do that. And then we'll see where else we get to. We got a little bit of honey that has spawned, but don't expect a whole lot of that. We might put down a few more beehives today, potentially. It really just depends on what we end up doing with all the money we got here. Like I said, I kind of want to buy some of the stuff for the grapes. I bet I don't have this set on the right thing, do I? I don't. Swathy mower, there we go. So we'll see, right? I think buying all the equipment for the grape processing stuff, I think that is probably a smart investment right now since we do have some money. But I also mentioned, I want to look and see if we can buy maybe one more field. Do we need to? No, we've got plenty of fields, honestly. But I would like to at least look at one more potentially. So we'll see. This is going to be good. It's going to be useful. All of this is going to go over there for the goats. As you can see, they only have actually one more bale of grass left. Now, a lot of that's because, you know, we sold some of that, right? But, yeah, they're finally starting to chew through that, especially with the amount of goats that are in there now, and they're continuing to reproduce as well. So this is good, right? And then we've got the goat milk, which is being turned into aged goat cheese. And we've got a little bit more space over there as well in our yard expansion area, which I said I was going to probably do. Most of that was going to be for, you know, production type of things, right? Not sure what we'll end up putting over there at the time being. We still don't have enough money to upgrade the mill, and honestly, at this point, I'm not sure if we are going to be upgrading the mill. I know I've been kind of going back and forth on that, but that mill is super expensive, and I don't even think we really need to upgrade the mill at this point. But we'll see. We might end up doing the mill too. Who knows? It really depends on what else I find for the productions out there for us to utilize. I kind of mentioned already a couple of times now that, you know, the coal factory just wasn't going to work, so I've uninstalled that, and so we've got to kind of figure out some other things, and they still need to try to, at the most part, be, you know, relatively fitting to the series itself, and being the vintage type of series that it is, right? Alright, this field is all done. Now we can go ahead and bale all this up. Tornado is still going strong. It does appear to me that it is moving south. It is. You can tell there it's moving south. Now, this is Volter, and I bet he's standing outside. You shouldn't be standing outside, buddy, in that, that tornado. That's funny. So we'll put this away, we'll grab the baler, and we'll head back on over here. Haven't seen another pallet of eggs spawn. I wonder if we're out of food for the chickens. I said I needed to look at that. We haven't done that yet, but we should. Alright, let's grab the baler, and we'll head on over there. Now, as far as the aged goat cheese goes, I'm not sure when it's best to sell that. We probably should look into that just so we have an idea of when that is. I don't even know what to think or where to even assume aged goat cheese would be at as far as selling it goes. It's actually next month. Okay, good. So next month we'll sell whatever we have of the aged goat cheese. I don't expect it to be a whole lot, but we will sell whatever we have at that point. I think there is some oat that we should be moving over here to the mill. If it's not automatically taking it from it. It is not. So we should move that oat over there today as well. That way we can make a little bit of extra money from there too. So, yeah. I think we're going to do that too. We'll unfold this. It's got straw in it. It's going to turn into grass. Now we know the hats, they're not technically best to sell until like a spring type of month, so we're not going to be worried about them. We've looked at them quite a few times over the last few episodes. I'm interested to see what you all think about, or thought about, I guess, at this point, of this past Sunday's Simulation Sunday. Lightyear Frontier. It's got some promise to it, I think. I'm not positive if it's something I want to do a full series on, meaning, you know, beginning to end, right? I'm not positive. I might be a one-off video. Maybe we do a couple of them. I don't know. I kind of want to see, and at the time of this recording, it literally came out the day of this recording. I kind of want to see the thoughts and the input on it. If people are feeling it, then yeah, maybe we'll do a whole series on it. But if there's not really a whole lot of interest to it, then it might just be kind of a one-off. And we're probably going to have a couple of those, right? Just some one-off Sunday simulation Sundays, if you will. where it's something that I was kind of interested in playing. I get in there and I play it, and maybe it's not something specifically that I'm not feeling, or maybe you guys are not feeling it, right? So, you know, we'll play it by ear, right? It doesn't necessarily, just because I'm doing a Simulation Sunday now on the channel, does not necessarily mean that every Sunday has to be the same simulation until we're completely through with it, right? That's the bonus. That's the great thing about that, is it's not a series specifically that I'm considering I have to go all the way from front to end. It's just we're going to try it out. If we enjoy it, then absolutely 100% we will do a series for it. But and it's not that I didn't enjoy it. I have enjoyed it. I'm just not positive that I want to do a whole series on it. It seems like it's very intuitive, and there's a lot going on with it, which is great. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to really, you know, keep up with everything that's going on with that to the point that you know, we'll actually be able to finish it within a year, right? And that's the thing about a Simulation Sunday, right? We can only do 4 episodes, well, sometimes more, but mostly it's only going to be 4 episodes a month, and they're all going to be somewhere around the hour mark, right? I'm going to make them a little bit longer than they normally would be for a normal Farming Simulator series, or episode, excuse me. Now, sometimes I certainly have hour-long episodes here in Farming Simulator, but I try to keep them around 30 to 45 minutes. That's my goal, at least. So, you know, we'll I guess we'll play it by ear. We'll see what you all think about it, and you know, we'll go from there. I did see Satisfactory just came out on console. I don't know, maybe it's on PlayStation already. I don't know, but at least on Xbox it just came out. Maybe something I'll eventually look into buying in the future. I've never played Satisfactory, but I know a lot of other farming guys. Gaming Joy, Josh over at Gaming Joy, and a couple other individuals I do know for a fact do play that game and didn't like it, so I'm sure I probably would enjoy it as well. But I probably won't be doing it right now, because I think it just literally came out a couple days ago, like the other day. But I just probably won't be doing it right now because of all the things I've already talked about, right? My wife's on furlough, so she's not getting actually paid right now. She does a job, but she's just not getting paid. So really, I need to not, you know, spend money on games and things like that if I can help it, right? It's not on Game Pass, which I have Game Pass for Xbox, so if it was on Game Pass, that'd be a different story, but it's not, so I am going the wrong way. I guess I can move this over here. I guess it doesn't really matter where I put it. We've got plenty of space now, which is a good thing. Honestly, I probably should put the mower underneath cover, but I don't know if it'll actually fit in there. It's pretty high up in the air. It might fit. It probably will. It probably will, but anyway. Alright, so the mowing is done. Now we just have to... the baling's done as well, I should say. So now we just have to actually pick up those bales and move them over. So we'll jump into the MF here. And we'll head on over that way. I'm happy that the tornado did not turn around and go the other way across our fields. That means we're not really going to lose any profit, which is fantastic. It is way down here now. It took a long time for it to go from here to here, but it is moving along slowly but surely. So this is about the perfect amount of bales that you would expect to have, even with this upgrade. The amount of goats we upgraded to. This is still, in my opinion, a perfect amount of bales for this. I'll probably do the second application of the second application. I'll probably put fertilizer down on this field as well while we're at it. We might as well, right? $193,000 is what we're currently at. So while we're stacking this up, I think the grape, the stuff we need to do grapes, I think it's going to cost us near, it makes no difference, 60 grand, I think, around that. So we can easily afford it, is what I guess I'm trying to get at. And I understand. I'm fully aware that, you know, buying all that stuff and putting the grapes in there, I'm not going to get the money back that I'm putting into it. I get that. I'm okay with it. We're making plenty of money elsewhere. I'm okay with it. I really am. I would need to have an absolute ton of, you know, grapevines to be able to make my money back on that. But, you know, that's okay. It's really okay. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm actually going to leave this right here for now because we are going to be moving that goat milk over, I'm sure, very, very soon. All right, so while we're here, let's just take a look at the menu, or the map here. So there's not many that have any crop types in them. So like these are like a little bit too expensive, right? You know, if we were able to afford one, which we can't, it would take all of our money up. So, I mean, this one's pretty far away. Let's go look at it. It's already been harvested, so it just hasn't been plowed up. Yeah, I don't think that's something we even need to worry about. I think we should be focusing maybe on these fields here, these 3 that I was talking about that, you know, we should potentially buy. But I did say I want to like get a bigger field. But the problem is I'm just not really seeing any field right now that is calling my name more so than anything. I think maybe what we should do is, instead of, you know, buying another field now, unless I was to buy this one, and buy another field now, perhaps we wait and see what is put into some of these fields and then buy them when they've got some kind of a crop growing in them. That's one less thing we had to pay for. I've mentioned that a number of times that is my preference, is to go that approach, right? Whenever buying a field, I prefer... Ooh, batteries are low. I prefer to buy a field that has a crop in it, because it'll save us some money. So I'm going to put down a few more bees here. Now, I know they're not going to do anything right now, but we definitely want those bees to start producing for us for many, many reasons. All right, we popped an achievement, evidently. Bringing in the honey. You've been one busy bee, haven't you? I guess I haven't put down that many honey productions yet until now. Interesting. What I thought I would have. I mean, we've got a lot of bees going there. A lot of bees. Do a little bit more. All right, we've got that whole row. That whole row has been filled up with bees. All right, I don't think I can get any more there. I think that's going to be it for the bees. Hopefully that's going to produce a ton of honey for us. I mean, that is so much. That is so many beehives there. Might end up having to make this a canola field in the future, too. Not that it's really going to make that big of a difference, since we've kind of mentioned we're going to be ending the series soon enough, right? Okay, yeah, that's just... Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not really a wider width than what we have anyway. So let's look at the grapes here, right? Let's see what we can buy. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to stretch our imagination a bit here. So this is the harvester I was talking about. It is probably a little tiny bit too new. This is probably early 2000s. I'm going to say it's kind of a, well, how do I put it? It's a prototype, if you will, that was built in the late 90s. That's what I'm going to say. And we're going to stick to it. So $131,000. It's not cheap. But, you know, it's one thing we definitely need for the grapes. We also need a few other things. I'm probably going to utilize this, I think, and I think this is way too new as well. I guess we could go with this one. Maybe this looks a little bit older. I mean, yeah, probably the lizard one. The lizard one looks a little bit older. We don't quite have enough money for that right now, but that's okay. If we just start buying some of the stuff we need slowly but surely, I think that's going to be a good thing. We're going to use the Volvo because the Volvo needs a little bit of repair to it. Nothing crazy, but it needs a little bit of repair. The chicken coop, they have food, but not much. They don't have much. So we are going to have to probably buy some more food for them. Now we'll probably utilize our little buying silo that we put down that we've only used a couple of times so far to this point. Just because, you know, it's here, it's closer, and we don't have to worry about it. We'll just, you know, buy some and put it into our trailer, one of our trailers. So we're going to get this back, and then we're going to fertilize that field there, and then, like I said, we'll move some of the oat over so we can make some flour out of that. And I think that might be about it for today, unless I think of something else to do production-wise. But, you know, I spent a lot of money on those bees, so the odds are we're probably not going to have enough money to put anything down anyway today. But that's okay, right? We've got March, which we will have some things to do in March, but it will probably still be a relatively light month as far as things to do. February is going to be just like this, so next month will be just like this. But when March comes, look at that tornado is right in the middle of the road. That car's just going to drive right into it. He's going to drive right into it. What are you doing, man? Oh, right through it. Lunatics. Probably should give the Volvo a spray down as well. It is pretty damn dirty. As a matter of fact, I think we will. Let me fix this first, and then I think we will do that. Need to come up here and get those seeds. I always forget about those. Alright, repaired. Good. I'm not worried about the paint, so we're not going to do anything with that for the time being. Ooh, look at those. Look at those trees, man. Just absolutely devoured by that tornado. Absolutely destroyed those trees, man. Over there by that house. Went right over that house. Right over that guy that's out there throwing axes. For whatever reason, he did not take cover. These people are lunatics. Oh, yeah, that looks so much better already. Definitely giving that vintage feel with the paint being, you know, old and kind of coming off. That's exactly what we were hoping for, too. All right. We'll take this back, and then we'll do a couple things we got to do, and we'll see where we're at. All right, we were pulling up here. I'll go ahead and turn the beacons off now at this point. So this is going to go into our new shed over here that doesn't have anything in it. This is going to be our grape shed, more than likely is what I'm going to call it. Alright, now we just got to find our fertilizer spreader, which is right over here. I don't know how much fertilizer's in there. Probably not enough. Pretty sure we used most of it up last time. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. If we're going to buy some fertilizer, that's fine. We've got enough money for that. It's not going to be a problem. Perfect. I think I might add a fence, kind of like the fences we've been doing over there, right? A little bit of a, you know, section off the area. I think I might add a fence right over here near the edge of the field here. Maybe not the smartest thing because there's not a ton of room to maneuver there with the fence of the goats, but I might do that. Now we started doing that fence. I really like it, and I'm probably going to try to continue to utilize that as we move forward. It's nothing major. It's not like it's it's one of the cool. It's not like it's the coolest thing in the world or anything like that. But I do think it does help bring a bit more realism and just a little bit more design to what we're doing, right? This should just about do it. As long as I'm not missing anything. It's hard to see from this angle. Just I hit that corner there. I feel like I missed part of that corner. All right, I think that's it. Let's do a quick autosave. We'll look on the map here, and it'll tell us. Tiny bit right ahead where I'm at. Perfect. All right, so we can go bring this back over here. Then we'll move the oat over. And I think that'll be... Whoa. Oh, my battery died finally. I was hoping I was going to be able to get this done, but I didn't. Well, that sucks. Sorry, gang. I really thought I was going to be able to get that done. Normally, the battery will last a little bit longer than it does. Whenever it says that, it's normally about, I don't know, I've got about 30 minutes or so, and I think we were almost right at that mark. Maybe not from what you've watched, but as far as, you know, anything that I edited out and stuff like that, I think we were right at that mark, so just barely did we go over top of that. We just eclipsed it, I should say. All right, we'll jump into here. We'll get the oat, and we're going to go unload this. Okay, oats are going in. Perfect. And we should be making flour again. I see an egg pallet has spawned there, so that's good. You know what? You know what? We're going to do one more thing before we end here. We're going to buy a little bit more chicken feed here. Just because I don't have any, and we're not going to have any for a couple of episodes here, so we are definitely going to run out probably between this episode and the next. If not, we're going to have a very, very, very tiny bit left. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy some right now, if it lets me do it here. Mineral feed, pig food. I guess I could just buy regular crops here, can't I? So I guess it doesn't really matter which one I buy. Alright, that's good enough. We can probably buy some more and top some more off in the next episode, but I just want to have enough to make sure that it's going to continue to run here. I don't want to buy too much, because we will get some eventually with our own harvests, right? Alright, they've got a little bit more food now, so they are good. I kind of cut that a little bit too sharp there, unfortunately. Alright. And with that, gang, we're going to leave the episode at that point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like and subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to my members for not thanking you guys enough. There's all kinds of stuff you might want to look at or need down below, like my other channel and the Discord. Yeah, thanks for watching, gang. I appreciate you. See you next time.